So I saw that you were looking up how to take apart your Xbox One X, and it just so happens I made a video to help you out. Welcome to the tutorial, everybody. No nonsense here. Let's get straight into it. We have two screws located on the back side of the console. Over one of these screws is a warranty sticker. We're going to have to remove that. I chose to use an X-Acto knife. If you're going to use an X-Acto knife, do be careful. Once we have that removed, we can then remove these screws from the back side. After we have removed those screws, we can then remove the top part of the console by grabbing a hold of it and sliding it forward. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to take a little bit of time to greet you viewers. Thank you so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Hopefully this video helps you achieve whatever it is you're trying to do, whether it's just do some minor repairs or maybe you're doing a big console mod. Hopefully, if you are doing a mod, you are using my videos to aid you through that. I have all kinds of videos, and this will be the very first Xbox One X that I have ever done a modification on, and I am very excited to bring it to you. Once we have removed this part of the case, we can then focus on the screws underneath. The long screws are what is securing the chassis and the console, the innards, into the casing of the console. And we're just going to remove all of them, all of these alike. The only ones that I'm not worried about right now are the black ones. The black ones do take a T8 screwdriver. You would only get into that if you need to maybe apply new thermal paste, or if you're doing some sort of reballing, or if you're doing some sort of reflow work on the motherboard. Other than that, we're not really interested in taking this apart if you're doing things for like painting or doing some sort of case mod. There is just no need for us to remove those. On the Wi-Fi card here on the side, we're going to use a T8 screwdriver to remove the 3 screws that are securing it into place. And then we'll just pop it off, remove it from its connection to the motherboard. Moving on to the power card, we also have 3 screws here, as well as a ribbon cable that we're going to need to disconnect. There's a little flap here that the ribbon cable connects into. We will pop up this little flap, and then that will give us the option to be able to pull out our ribbon cable. After we have disconnected the ribbon cable, we can then move on to the 3 screws that are connecting the power card to the chassis. We can now flip over the Xbox and remove 2 screws on this side with our T10 screwdriver. Once we have those disconnected, we can then open up the chassis and get a good look at the innards inside. You can see that the power supply is taped onto the shroud of the fan. We'll pull that back, and then that exposes the SATA and power supply to the disk drive. We will then remove those, just disconnect those from the motherboard. And then also now exposing the hard drive, which also has a SATA and power supply cable connection. In this area here is where the fan connects to the power port. We will disconnect that and then remove the fan and the shroud all at once. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is completely disassembled, or at least disassembled to the point that we need it for our paint job or our modifications. Again, if you need to get further into this, you will use your T8 screwdriver to remove the black screws, and then there's an X clamp underneath. You will use a needle nose pair of pliers to remove that. Do not use a flathead screwdriver. You do not want to cause damage to your motherboard. That would be a big mistake, and this is like, what, a $400 machine? So a small little mistake could be a $400 accident, and we do not want that. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you good luck on whatever it is your project is. I do hope to see you visiting my channel, subscribing, checking out other videos, case mod tutorials, video game playthroughs, history of videos, and more. I'm Drum Blanket. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.